prices of groceries being higher than they've ever been, now it's more important than ever to watch your grocery budget. So today, let's talk about 5 tips to help you save money on groceries. Hi guys, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Debbie. I am a money coach and I love sharing tips on how to save money. Groceries is a category that I help my clients save so much money on because I have so many tips and tricks. So today I want to share 5 of them with you. But if you guys want additional motivation every day and tips along the way to help you save money, make sure to follow me on Instagram. That's where I'm at 24/7 practically, answering questions and just motivating you to keep saving. So let's talk about tip number 1. My first tip is to shop once a week. When I sit down with my clients and I go over their budget, I ask them questions about food because, again, groceries is a category that if you do it right, it can really be a money saver. And they'll tell me, well, I shop, when I'm out of food, or I shop 2 or 3 times a week. That's dangerous. Honestly, that's dangerous to go into the supermarket 2 to 3 times a week because the supermarket uses psychology to have you spend more. Have you ever gone into the grocery store and you want to just buy like a gallon of milk or a loaf of bread and you end up spending $50 or more? That's not you making a mistake. That's them using psychology against you to have you spend more money. So by shopping smart and shopping once a week, that's how you save money and you kind of go against what they're trying to have you do. I actually have a video on how shops trick you to spend more money, and I'll link that at the end. My second tip is to stick to your list. I know that sounds easy, but again, the stores are out to have you spend more money. So by having a list and sticking to it, no matter what else is on sale. Like, I don't want you guys going down, like for me, tomato sauce is something that I'm always tempted to buy extra. Even if it's not on my list, I'll be going down the tomato sauce aisle and I'll see, 10 cans of tomato sauce, crushed, diced, anything you could think of, 10 for 10. It's not on my shopping list. But if I start thinking that, I'll buy the 10 for 10 because it's on sale and I'm saving money, I'm not really saving money because that tomato sauce was not on my list. So right there, I went $10 above what I had intended to spend. That's why it's so important to stick to your list because, again, those little tricks will definitely get you to spend more money. But by having a list and sticking to it, that's how you save. Tip number 3 is to eat a snack before you go shopping. Never go shopping hungry. Even if I know we're busy and we're on the run, especially on the weekends, and we want to get into the store and leave, have something to eat before you leave that you don't go to a drive-through to get. Grab a snack from home, anything, because if you walk in there hungry, again, they're going to pump smells into the air. You're going to walk in and you're going to see fresh fruit because it's, again, a mind game, and it's going to make you think fresh. It's going to make you think healthy, and you're going to see things that are on sale. Your cart is going to end up with things that you didn't expect. For me, I was such a sucker for the rotisserie chicken and Oreo cookies. Those are the 2 things that even if I went with a list, if I was hungry, they ended up in my cart. I wasn't even thinking about rotisserie chicken, but that smell, you smell it way before you see the rotisserie chicken. You're like, I smell it, right? And the Oreos, forget it. They just walk into my cart. So I always eat a snack before I go shopping, even if it's a banana. I just want something in my system so I can fight the temptation of what's in the store waiting for me. My next tip is to do an inventory of your fridge at least twice a week. I do it every 3 days and it just takes me a minute. Like my fridge is not the most biggest thing ever, but I check it because I want to make sure that there's nothing that's going to go to waste. So fruit, if I see that fruit only has a few days, I'll freeze it. Make a smoothie, make ice cream out of it. If any vegetables that are about to go bad, like if you have limp carrots or celery, I make soup from it. It's still good. As long as it's not growing mold or like it's gotten to that point, you can use it. I've used limp celery and carrots to make a chicken noodle soup or a vegetable soup. And if you don't want to use it, but you don't want it to go to waste, you can still chop it up, put it in a freezer bag, label it, freeze it flat so then later on you can stack it like a book in your freezer and just stick it in the freezer. I have a whole series on how to use your freezer to save money, and I'll link that at the end. But doing that inventory can also let you see what leftovers you've had that's gotten pushed to the back that you can make an extra meal out of. Even if it's like a lunch that you take to work or that you have at home, even if it's just one portion. And if you have a portion, just one portion of a leftover meal, instead of just saying, okay, well, no one's gonna eat this, I'm gonna throw it away. No, stick it in a freezer bag, label it, and put it in the freezer. You now have like a TV dinner whenever you're by yourself or everyone else has a meal or you're running late. You can just stick it right in the microwave and you have a meal that you made before that you know what the quality of the ingredients are, and you're saving money because that's less food that you threw in the garbage. And my last tip is the biggest money saver one. I saved the best for last. And that is, let's talk about chicken and steak and meats. When you go to the supermarket, I don't know about you, but for me on my list, the most expensive item is always meat and chicken, bar none. But there are ways to save money. You have to think about the supermarket in a different way. Instead of thinking, oh my gosh, something's on sale, like I have to buy so much of it. Think about it this way. Supermarket cycles for their sales are every 6 weeks. So if something is at a rock bottom price, let's like for the meats, for example, you stock up thinking to yourself, I only need to buy what I can use in the next 6 weeks. You're not going to eat chicken 7 days a week for the next 6 weeks. So don't go stocking up your entire freezer with chicken because it was on sale. But if you use chicken twice a week, think to yourself, okay, if it's on sale and it's rock bottom prices, let me buy enough to feed my family for 6 weeks. That way, what you do is when you get it home, if you bought it in bulk, never ever take that package and just stick it in your freezer. No, my girlfriend did that and she wasted like $20 worth of chicken doing that. What you do, and it only takes a few minutes, is you take that package home. And if you have a vacuum sealer, that's your best friend. But if you don't, freezer bags are just as good if you use them right. What you do is you take the package, you open it up, and you portion out the chicken that you're going to use per each meal. So let's say you have a family of 4. You take out 4 chicken breasts, you vacuum seal them, or you stick them in one freezer bag and make sure you squeeze the air out of it. Then if you're using a freezer bag, use another bag on top of that one. So you're double bagging and double sealing it, because you never want to spend money on poultry, for example, freeze it, and then when you go to get it, it's got frostbite in it. You never want to do that. So if you don't have a vacuum sealer, make sure to double bag the chicken. Make sure to label it and then put it in the freezer. Process the entire bulk package that you have. That will make that money stretch so much for your family. And remember, even if it's at rock bottom prices, just think to yourself, how much will I need for 6 weeks? And as long as you can afford it and it's in your budget, stock up. Same thing goes for the bulk ground beef. Never take that bulk ground beef and just stick it in the freezer. Do the exact same thing. You take the ground beef, you portion it out the way you would for a meal for your family. Label it. You have to label it, because you don't want to look at something in your freezer a month or 2 months down the line and be like, is that turkey? Is that beef? Is that lamb? Like, what is it? So label it, double bag it if you have freezer bags, and stick it in the freezer. And again, anything that you freeze, try to freeze it flat. Because if you have a small freezer, or if you have a freezer that things get pushed to the back, you always want to make sure that what you're freezing, you're going to use. So freeze it flat and then stack them like books. And that way you make the most out of your freezer, whether you have a big one or a narrow one on the other side of your fridge. Another big tool that you can use to save money on groceries has to be meal planning. Meal planning is one of my favorite things to do because I've got it down to a science. I can do it in 20 minutes flat, and it saves me hundreds of dollars at the end of every month. And I'm going to link my meal planning series at the end so that you can see exactly how I do it. You can fine tune it for your family and start seeing the savings right away. I hope you guys liked this video and found it helpful. If you've never budgeted before and you want to start saving money, I've created a free budget printable that helps you save money because it has money saving tips. It helps you come up with your initial budget and a plan so that you can start paying down your debt in a smart way to help you save money along the way. So if you're interested in my free printable, I've linked it down below in the description box. But if you guys know that I'm the money coach for you, I invite you to click the My Calendar link and schedule a free 30-minute call. I'd love to see where you are financially and how I can help you achieve every goal and come up with a flexible budget that'll never make you feel restricted. And I'm sure if you like this video, you'll like these two right here. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please click the like button, share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe and to click on that bell. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.